We seek refuge in God from the onset Satan. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Peace and salutation upon Prophet Muhammad and his progeny. Once again, welcome you to our show. As you know, our show is called Quran and Today's Life. As you have followed the last session of this program, it was about the role of social conducts in people behavior. And our expert has explained about this a lot. And we reached to the family, and he's going to talk about this, inshallah, in this episode of this program. Okay, let's go to him and get to know him once again by his tongue. Thank you very much for coming to us. We say salam to you, and it's a great honor for us to have you here this night. Would you please introduce your good self? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, I am Dawoodi from the holy city of Qom, the seminary of the Qom.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time indeed. And as I told the audience, we have talked about the family, the conducts inside the family, how we have to conduct in our society, a small society as called family, according to Holy Quran. So you have elaborate about this topic and this regard. So we would like you to tell us more about this very important issue. Thank you.
Okay, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. As far as I remember, we had a good discussion last session about the role of Holy Quran's teaching among the society. And we went to the family as a small society and the basement of these behaviors. And I remember that I told you that the people, when they are very small in their family, they learn different things, and they little by little grew up. They come to the school, university, and then they spread everywhere in the society. So we can name the family as a basement, or as I called it, a small society. At least the family is containing of two people, the father and mother, or before they become the father and mother, we say the husband and wife. So the family is including these two people first of all. How they have to, conduct to each other, they have to behavior to each other. It is very important in a society. There is a verse in Holy Quran which says, if you fear, there is going to be a problem among, the wife and the husband in their family. You'd better to send someone as a judge among them to, of course, show them the best way. In Holy Quran,
you mean when there is a problem or they have a challenge or they're fighting, somebody as an intermediator supposed to come and solve everything? Is it the case, you mean?
Of course, yeah.
So what is in fact this? How he has to act, how he has to be as an intermediator, how he can help it.
Of course. The intermediator or the person who is going to play as a role of a judge has got to have different characteristics. In the holy verse of the Holy Quran explains it. إِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقٌ بَيْنَهُمَا. If you fear there is going to be difference between difficulty between them, you'd better to send this mediator. Little by little, I say that the Arabic is a very, very deep language to explain, in its terminology, to explain, the words. In this verse, the verse is going to say N. N in English means if. If you fear. And khiftum means if you fear. But in Arabic, there are three ifs. One of them is referring to something that is not going to happen, because if means possibility. But there are three ifs in Arabic language. For example, I say, if I were you, I'm not you, I am myself. So this if never happened to me. But sometimes I say, if it rains, it is possible, 50-50. Or sometimes, of course, it is going to happen. Yeah, if I finish high school, of course it will happen for me. If I became, for example, if I become an old person, of course, little by little, I get older and older. So 3 ifs. 1, something that never happened. If I be, for example, if I would be you, for example. Another one, something that never happened, something that is going to happen, of course, but something is going to refer to the possibility. If you fear the problem between the woman and the man, the husband and the wife. So this if means possibility. So this verse is going to show us that it's possible for a family that they may confront a difficulty. It is no problem. So in this case, the Holy Quran has a solution for this problem. So don't be afraid if the family, if the husband and wife have difficulty, problem. Don't be afraid of it because it is possible. But if it happened, what should I do? So send someone. If إن خفتم شقاق بينهما فابعثوا. So you have to send someone. فابعثوا means send someone.
Who has to be the one? I mean, the person, what characteristics supposed to have?
Yeah, of course. This is a general verse. This is the general verse of the Holy Quran. And this is one of the recommendations to the society. Yeah, it is the duty of everyone. But that person must have a special characteristics, as you said. فَابْعَثُوا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا. Someone who is from them, because when I have a problem in my family, sometimes I do not like my neighbors to understand it. I do not like my, for example, colleagues to understand it. Yeah, but this person, first of all, must be among his family, his father, his brother. You
mean next of kin or relatives? You mean?
Of course, yeah. So among the relative, someone who is closer to them should go to their house, okay, and solve the problem. This is the very important part of this verse of the Holy Quran. So I think one of the miracles of the Holy Quran and the Arabic language is that every word in Holy Quran has a special message. Nowhere
what message
else,
you would like to say?
Nowhere else you can find one, statement, one sentence that every word is containing a message. I read again this verse for you. إن خفتم شقاق بينهما. بينهما means between the husband and wife. So N is one word, خفتم is another word, شقاق is another word, and بينهما is another word. All of them contains a message for a society. I explained one of them first. I explained about N. So it means if, and it shows the possibility. It shows that this difficulty and problem is possible for a family.
Okay, thank you. You have elaborated a very nice topic before going to the family itself. So you have pointed the husband and wife are the basic thing and the fundamental in we're living in the society. I mean, in the small society, in family. So and say there's a probability to have conflict between them. And suppose somebody come and solve it. So would you please let us know why Holy Quran and God Almighty has emphasized on this very important issue? What is the reason? So Quran says this thing, that's the probability and possibility is very, we can say, very certain, or you can say is usual, yeah. So would you please let us know?
Of course, yeah. We explained at the beginning that the family is the basement of the people's behavior in the society. we are forced to, our natures is like this, to live together, as a society. So the basement is the family, and I explained that at least a family is containing a husband and wife. If they cannot conduct each other as well, they cannot train their children, and if they cannot train their children, when they grew up and go to the society, they may, face different problems among each other too. So from the very beginning, the basement, this fundamental must be very, very good to be able to, raise good children and train them in better way to send them to the society, and they won't have any problems. When you look at the problems in the society, the roots goes back to the family. They are not well trained. Many problems nowadays in different societies is because of the father and mother. So because of this, I explained this verse of the Holy Quran. The basement of the family is husband and wife, and if they have problems, we have to help them. This help must be in a better way. The last way is to separate from each other, but the first way is to show them how to live together peacefully. Because of this.
As you pointed out, you see nowadays we see many conflicts, many troubles, many crises nowadays we are facing in society because the children, they have came out from the families that were not good. For example, many bad conflict they have faced in their home, then they became nervous, or they have been bad trained, they have been trained badly, and they came to the society, and for example, they became criminals or so on and so forth. So the thing you told me is reasonable, and thank you for that. And I think it's better to have a short intermission and a break, and we will be back again to you. Please stay with us. Back to you. This is Quran and Today's Life. So far with Hujjatul Islam wal Muslimin Dawudi, one of the scholars from the Holy Seminary of Qom. And we have talked about the family according, how we have to conduct with family according to the Holy Quran. And he was telling us about this, and we have learned a lot. So let's go back to him and ask him about the other message according to the Holy Quran. So, Professor, would you please let us know about the other thing that is left here, about the messages from the Holy Quran? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Of course, as an example, because we're told that the family is the basement of the society, and at least families containing husband and wife. So if there is a problem among these, two people, among the family, it is the duty of the society, one by one, every individual, to help them.
You mean husband and wife?
If there is a problem among them, this is the duty of the society to help them and solve the problem. So, just I mentioned one of the verses of the Holy Quran. It is in Surah An-Nisa, the verse number 35, which says, إِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنَهُمَا فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ. I also mentioned that this sentence containing lots of messages for the, those people who want to understand it. It shows also one of the miracles of the Holy Quran. For example, you suppose that a professor in the university whose major is also literature, if you ask him to just write one sentence, that every word of this sentence containing a message, he will, confront a very big problem, of course. He has to think a lot and think word by word on this sentence to just write a sentence. This verse of the Holy Quran containing lots of messages in every, word. I explained the first one, if in khiftum. I said that in is containing a message, means possibility. It shows us that this is possible for the husband and wife to confront a problem. And after that, we will go to the word khiftum. Khiftum means if you fear, okay? So what kind of message it is containing of? We say that the Holy Quran wants to say we have to be careful about the family relationship. So if you fear shows us that it is very important. All the time, it is a kind of warn, This is very important to be aware of the family relationship. So because of this says, in khiftum. So if you fear of what? Fear of their problems. Many people have problems, of course. But here, didn't say if you fear a problem among them. In khiftum ikhtilaf baynihima. Says, in khiftum shiqaq. Shiqaq means separation in Arabic word, in Arabic literature. So, if you fear that they are going to be separated, so it shows us a very important message. If the family have a very small problem, it is not my duty to go and solve it. Yeah, they can solve it themselves. And sometimes, if I want to play as a role of mediator among them, it makes the problem much more difficult, of course. So, what kind of fear, if it is going to lead to the separation, so in this case, I have to go and play the role of the mediator among them and solve their problem. So, this is another message of this word. And khiftum shiqaqa baynahuma. So, what is my duty now? Okay, I have to, according to this verse of the Holy Quran, فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ. فَابْعَثُوا here means you have to send. So here said فَابْعَثُوا. فَابْعَثُوا is plural in Arabic, means it doesn't says to me or another one. So it is addressing all the society. It means that this is the duty of every individual in the society to solve the problem.
To solve the problem between the couples, you mean, for example, somebody is not among their family relatives, so he comes and solve the problem because he doesn't have any prior knowledge, so how he can or she can solve the problem. So before, as I heard from you, you mean it's supposed to be from the next of kin. So now you say about any individual. So would you please go deeply to this?
Yes. It is very important, as you mentioned, every individual in the society has the duty to solve the problem. But does he have to solve the problem himself? No, not myself, because maybe me as an expert, I am the expert of the physics. I am maybe a physician. I can help them in their physics. If they have a problem with their body, I can help them. But I should help them to find their way, not myself. I ask someone to solve their problems. So one of the main factors of the Islamic teaching is called enjoining goods. I have to, of course, ask the others. It is my duty, every individual's duty, to enjoin the other to good. So because of this, the Holy Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا. So hakam here means a person who is going to play the role of a judge. Of course, a person who is called arbitrator, of course, or maybe, as you said before, a person who is a mediator. But this person, I go one by one to the verses of Holy Quran to show the message. Here said, فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا, you have to send arbitrator. So he must have a special characteristics. It must be min ahlihi and hakaman min ahliha. You know that these pronouns in the Arabic refer to the man and the woman. Ahlihi, he here is a pronoun which refers to the man, and ha is another pronoun that refers to the woman. So the arbitrator, one arbitrator from the man's family and another one from the woman's family.
I see. We need two persons.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so it cannot go on, with one person. It cannot go on, with one person.
The best way is the things that the Holy Quran says. You know why? Because you suppose that I sent someone min ahlihi, I mean from his family. But mostly he has got some, he likes his family better than the other one. So I cannot be a good judge if I just mention one person, not the other one. But if we send two people, one from the man's family and one from the woman's family, okay, they can talk to each other because they don't have a problem with each other. This is the husband and the wife that they have a problem with each other. So those two people that they are playing as a role of a judge or as a role of the arbitrator, okay, they can talk to each other, hear their problems, and after that they can solve it in a better way.
So you mean those they are going to solve this problem, they have to know already what they have, what the problem they're facing with. So if they don't have any prior knowledge and get inside, so do they have any beneficiation here or not? So they have to know something before to get inside, is it?
Of course, yes. It is obviously it is obvious that they should first know the problem. What is the problem among them? Because before I said that we are fear the separation among them. It means it has been started from a very small problem, and little by little it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Now it's going to be to lead to the separation.
So if in case that these two sides they realize this living is not good to have to be prolonged or to be continued, does Islam say something for segregation or separation here, or Islam emphasize that they have to continue their living, or says about divorce? So what is your explanation here?
Of course, different ways for solving the problems. One of them is separation, one of them is divorce, of course. But it is not the first and best way. It is not the first and best method for solving the problem.
Sorry to interrupt you again, because already I thought this thing it means Islam is emphasizing, Holy Quran emphasizing that no segregation, no separation, the living supposed to be continued. They have to find a solution to solve it. So that is why I asked this question. So would you please, I just wanted to complete my explanation, so would you please continue?
Of course. The husband and wife, they confront a problem, and I said that they are going to continue their problems, and it maybe leads to separation. At this time, it is the time that we have to send someone, because the Holy Quran's teaching says us that separation is not good. Because if it was good, the Holy Quran says, let them separate from each other, no problem. The family is very important because the society is very important. If the basement of the family is going to be ruined, it will, goes to the society too.
Okay, dear audience, it has been Quran and Today's Life with the explanation of Hujjatul Islam wal Muslimin Dawoodi from Islamic Seminary of Qom. I hope to see you again in this episode of this program. Best wishes for you. Hope to see you again.